His project is about developing a member rewards program focused on the ownership difference, promoting technology and saving, and attracting millennials. Blaine, come on up.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I want to thank the sponsors, CUES, Currency, and DDJ Myers. This has been a wonderful contest, and I'm very excited to be here to share with you more about my project, which is Unitas Member Rewards. But before I do that, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. So that's me. I worked my way up from the front lines of the branches to graduating in the top 10 of my class from Pacific Coast Banking School with honors to where I am today as AVP of Member Experience at Unitas. I believe I bring unique value to Unitas, our industry, and this contest. I have the ability to speak at the executive level, but I'm also in tune with the wants, needs, and desires of millennials. I joined the credit union industry for a number of reasons, but most importantly is our movement's mission and its match with my personal ethos of helping people. And that's exactly what we're about at Unitas. In fact, we want to help more members. We want to grow our member base by 30,000 in the next 5 years. We also want to be more helpful to these members, and we measure that by moving from 62 to 78 in terms of Net Promoter Score. Now, these are really simple things to say, but as we know, they're very hard to do. Main reason for that is competition. So let me walk you through this slide. In the background, you have Wells Fargo's website. All their products and services are offered. This could be any of our credit union websites. Now, layered over the top are fintech organizations that offer those same products and services in new, digital-first, and very disruptive ways. One example is Acorns. Acorns is a savings platform that has grown to 3.5 million customers in 4 years. To put that in perspective, Unitas has been around for 80 years, and we have 90,000 members. So this pace of change is dramatic, and it's severe. It's also moving into the non-financial space. So if we look at Starbucks, at any given time they have between $1 and $2.5 billion in aggregate customer prepaid card balances. This represents access to more liquidity than most credit unions and community banks have on their balance sheets. Now, this all makes it more difficult for us to help more members, and it impacts our financial performance. It's a challenge for our industry, and it's an opportunity to be bold. At Unitas, my vision is to ignite the credit union difference. We all know we're able to operate very differently than these profit-driven organizations, but we can and we need to do more. So by a show of hands, go ahead and raise your hand if you have a rewards card in your wallet, purse, or on your phone. Okay, basically everyone in the room, right? Rewards are familiar. Now raise your hand again if you've used a bank rewards card in recent memory, maybe to book a flight or a hotel. Okay, there's a few of us, and thank you for being willing to admit it amongst a bunch of credit union CEOs. I point this out because rewards are powerful, so much so that people that are so committed to the credit union industry, like myself, I've bet my career on it, are tempted by rewards programs by competitors. And that's what we want to tap into at Unitas, is that power of rewards centered around the ownership difference. So we start with a newly created savings account that we call our ownership account. Now this will be a market-leading savings account with an interest rate upwards of even 4%. Now we'll control our cost of funds because the only way members can get money into this account is by participation in our credit union and through cash rewards. The cornerstone of our program are built-in rewards. So these are several ongoing opportunities for members to engage in the credit union and get rewarded with cash. We'll have rotating promotional rewards, which are short-term sprint opportunities that give Unitas another chance to influence member behavior and keep our program fresh. This all leads into a milestone reward, which is our opportunity to thank our very best members and provide status into our program. So let's walk through a quick example so you can see what this looks like in practice. So we'll offer many rewards, but one is a $5 reward for a member's first mobile deposit. So our member tries that. They find that this experience saves them time, it's more convenient, and it's an overall better experience than driving to the branch for most people. This also saves Unitas money, right? This transaction is less expensive to the credit union, so it's a win-win. We follow that transaction up with the $5 reward into the member's ownership account, and then we finish with a push notification congratulating the member and thanking them for their engagement in the cooperative. Push notifications are an element of gamification that we can start with and are really set up well with a rewards platform. So they give us an opportunity to draw members in, to update them on their progress, and also confirm when rewards are unlocked. Our digital banking platform gives us a tool to keep the program front and center with members, provide transparency around opportunities that are available within the rewards program, and so forth. These are experiences that our members are used to in other industries, and we know they'll be valuable to us. So what does the future hold? I'm in the midst of, right when I get back, finalizing our project outline. So I've made a lot of progress during this contest, from a rough idea to a proposal that has executive buy-in, but there's a lot more work to do. This will lead into final approval, which will have me presenting in front of our executive team in early December, and we'll be implementing in 2019. We'll measure our success along the way with those 2 KPIs that I mentioned earlier, which are member growth and Net Promoter Score. Now, this has been an absolutely wonderful experience. I see it as an inflection point. It's something I know I'll look back on and see how important it was to my career, to my family, and to Unitas. I would be grateful and honored for your vote, and I would be more than thrilled to represent young professionals in the credit union industry if I were to be so fortunate to be the next top credit union executive. Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
All right, questions. Let's start with Peter.
All right, nicely done, Blaine. So this seems like a big project here. So can you tell us a little bit about the idea generation of this? Where did this come from, that genesis? And then what is your role inside this project?
Yeah, great question. So you're right, it is a large-scale project. This is something that's going to push me. I'd like to mention that I'm the first AVP at Unitas to take on a project and be in a position to lead something of this size and scale. The genesis of this project really was out of personal experience. So I'm one of those credit union folks that are very committed, yet I use bank rewards cards, right? So I know what the power is from a member experience perspective. I'm also in tune with what's going on in our industry. So there's a few credit unions that are out there doing, or that have rewards programs and doing quite well with them. Now, this program is going to be unique to Unitas. Our rewards will be unique, but for all those reasons, it's something that lines up well for our goals and is a smart thing to do at Unitas.
And let's go to David this time. That's number 2.
All right, surprising me on this one.
Yes.
Another great presentation. With regards to the incentives that you're going to be using to change behavior, how, from a plan perspective, is it being looked at from making sure that the incentives don't just create action based on incentives, that's true engagement with the membership to where it's beyond just do this for that? Yeah.
So one of the main reasons for the rotating promotional rewards is to be able to inject different priorities into the program and kind of keep that evolving. Also, we've been very thoughtful around the types of incentives and the things that we're targeting for our members. So I provided the one example, which is a basic example around the first mobile deposit, but we also want to get at the heart of an active member, so active checking. And so we have ways of measuring that, obviously, and incenting to that. The whole goal of this, basically, as I mentioned, is to center it around the ownership difference And then also communicate to our members that being more engaged in the cooperative is better for the member, and it's also better for the organization as a whole.
Eric, we squeezed you out. There's only 8 seconds left. I'll make sure you're first for the next speaker. Let's hear it for Blaine.